everybody, Michael here. Oh, managed to actually get out for my hike today. So I'm actually walking along the mountains and the ridge here in Dongwon in Hong Kong. It's on the Junk High Peak trail. One of the lovely hikes that I like to get in, and it's just a great feeling, the fact that, you know, whilst everybody's at work, kids are at school, I'm able to get out in this beautiful weather to do this. Something that I like to do just to keep fit, and certainly something now that I need to wanting to do more often now that I have the time freedom to do so. And of course, naturally, this is due to the fact that the setup of my online business. So it's great, and I was really just shooting this video because I wanted to share some of the wonderful sights with you guys whilst I'm on this hike, and maybe also talk about some of the other things in terms of my why and what was wrong with my life before you know, I embarked on this whole journey of creating my own work-life balance and getting the lifestyle that I've always wanted, really. So I'll certainly share that along with you and during this journey, because I know that I haven't perhaps gone into a lot of detail on this, but hopefully a lot of you will probably relate to me as well. Some that may still be in the corporate world and the 9-to-5 job. But anyway, I'm coming up to a bit of a steep climb, so I'm gonna tune out for a second. I'll join you in a bit. So on a bit of a flat again, thought I'd pick up where I was. So what did I want to talk about? Wanted to talk about, you know, what was wrong with my life before I decided to embark on my journey. Well, let's start off with number one. I think one of the most important things for me is family, and that's probably the same with many of you as well. Family is probably one of the top priorities that everybody has. And for me, working in the corporate world, the banking industry, for me, it meant that, you know, there was a lot of long hours, a lot of overtime, of course, trying to fulfill projects and get a lot of things done for the senior management or bosses, etc., that you need to get all this stuff done for. And that was actually causing a lot of stress on the family. I wasn't spending enough time at home, and you know, one of the things that really killed me the most was my son asking my wife on multiple occasions, saying, "Where's Daddy? Why is he not at home spending time with us?" And that really killed me. That really killed me. The fact that I wasn't able to get home as early as I could, to be able to spend some time with him before he actually goes to bed in the evening. So it became pretty tough. And you know what it's like in some of these industries where, you know, you have to get in, you know, like 8 to 9 a.m. and then you're working till like 10 or 11 p.m. on some occasions, which of course naturally is not great. And you know, another one of those triggers for me in embarking on a journey was the back end of 2017. That was last year, yeah, last year. Was the fact that my wife unfortunately had a miscarriage for our second child, and that's when I had to call it a day. I mean, I know that, you know, there's no one really to blame for these types of things, but you know, I can't help but, you know, sometimes feel that if I'd been there more often, I could have been more help. But anyway, yes, that's exactly what was the actual trigger for me to change my life, as it were. Oh gosh, okay, another steep climb, guys. I shall pop back on in a second. Sorry about that. This is my stop off number 1. As you can see, look at it. I had to go up a pretty steep, how do I do it? Pretty steep climb, but check it out. If you can see in the background, that's one of the gorgeous views. Hopefully I can get a bit higher. It is gorgeous up here, and I savour every moment of being able to do this on a regular basis. So actually, continuing from where we were, okay, so I just want to move quickly on to point 2 whilst I'm here, in terms of, you know, what else was wrong with my life. I think in addition to what I had mentioned before in terms of long hours and not being able to, you know, get more valuable family time and really, you know, looking after them as much as I can, is also to do with my own health and fitness. As well, not just physically, but also mentally. You know, I was constantly fatigued. You know, I was really overweight. I was severely overweight, you know, as well. I mean, now I've started to get back into a more regular fitness regime, keeping fit now, which is a lot better. As you can see, of course, doing a hike every now and again when I can, just as part of my routine. But yeah, I was becoming really unhealthy. You know, I could see myself and my immune system going down. I was feeling sick on some days as well. And, you know, I had to take some time off here and there too. And, you know, it's a detriment to your physical health, having to work long hours, as well as, you know, on most occasions when you're stressed out at work, if you're like me, you end up eating a lot of unhealthy foods and junk foods. So that's one of those things also that I've been able to manage a little bit better. Now I've got a lot more time. In terms of the mental health, the stress and the anxiety that comes with working in a job like this, in any corporate world job, similar to what I was in as well, you know, it just means that, you know, you have more lack of sleep as well because you can't sleep very well. That also in turn makes you more unhealthy as well in your lifestyle. But you know, keeping fit and things like that and doing something like this really refreshes your mind. So I'm just really happy that I can actually get this in now as part of my lifestyle, which is fantastic. And again, right, checkpoint number 2, feeling tired after that little climb. Oh, but check it out again. What a gorgeous view from here, isn't it? The sun's blazing down on me today as well. And actually, funny enough, that is actually where I live. Yep, down there, the wife and I had bought an apartment down there as well. Of course, I think at that time was because, of course, we were having Ethan. We needed a larger space, so we moved out here into the New Territories area of Hong Kong, which is just beautiful. I mean, check it out. I mean, you're able to do this. Let me spin round as well to the other side. I mean, come on. Who would not want to be able to chill out and hang out up here? But anyway, we've gone off on a little bit of a tangent again. Chatting about the third point now. My third point into what else was wrong with my life. What I wanted to also chat about then is the fact that the job itself that I had, working in the banking field as well, I came to the point where I was just really fed up. Sometimes, as many of you may already know, when you work for a big corporation, you're having to do a lot of the work that may not necessarily be, you know, for yourself, really. And, you know, you're doing a lot of work for your bosses and senior managers and things like that, and fulfilling other people's dreams. May not necessarily be fulfilling your own dream as well. And you sometimes often wonder, you know, I'm working this hard. You know, what happens if I was to actually work hard in my own business, something for myself? Would I be able to achieve some of the things that I've always dreamt about and achieve my dreams? And that's exactly another reason that I wanted to do this and go on this journey as well. And I really felt that, you know, I've been able to take great steps in achieving those dreams as well, in discovering my own work-life balance. The other bit to that, which I'll move on to, which is actually around point 4, is around some of the ins and outs of working in the corporate environment, the politics and bureaucracy as well. I'll catch up with you again in a sec. Just gonna do this one now, and I'll chat to you in a sec. The sun's started to calm down a little bit now. Again, loving the views and just taking my time a little bit here. Okay, moving on to point 4. Politics and bureaucracy at work. I mean, come on. I think everybody that's worked in the corporate environment totally appreciates this. It's just one of those things that, unfortunately, you know, I've been in the banking industry for, you know, over a decade. Many others probably more than me, but even I at this point already was getting fed up of all the stuff that comes around it. And, you know, it came to the point that where everybody was just seems to be fighting over each other, and, you know, not having the integrity to own up to problems, to you know, faults that have been made or issues that have arisen. Okay, and that really got me. I mean, from an ethical standpoint for me and the way I like to do work, I just got fed up of it all. And, you know, all I wanted to do in my life is really add value to, you know, my job, and, you know, and everybody else in terms of life as well, and really actually help people, which is also part of the reason why I've set out on this journey as well, because it's also to educate everybody else too, people that were in the same situation as me that may also want to, you know, come out and start their own online business. And, you know, this is of course where, you know, I also thought to myself, this is of course why I wanted to be my own boss. Sometimes it just took forever for a decision to be made, for multiple levels of approval, whereas when you're your own boss, you know, you're making the decision for yourself. You can be decisive, you can do the right thing the way you want to do it, as opposed to having to listen to everybody else. So that was one of those other things that, you know, caused me endless amounts of stress, sleepless nights, in terms of how to get things done and try to do the right thing, but when other people may not want to exactly do that as part of their work and just get the job done just to make themselves look good. Finally at the peak, as you can see, and to note off, here's the stump to say that I'm at the peak. Oh, definitely need to sit down there now, but once again, happy that I've made it all the way up here. Now I've got to make it down. Okay, so back to my, you know, what was wrong with my life, and the final and 5th point that I wanted to mention, which I really felt was something that, you know, in my life I kind of need as well, and that's passion. Passion to do something, passion and to actually enjoy doing something, which in my actual job, you know, that's exactly what I didn't have. I wasn't feeling fulfilled, didn't feel like I was adding value, and, you know, I just didn't feel like I was in it to really make a change. Not like now, where, you know, I'm really happy and passionate about the online business. I can really actually help people. I can see the value that I'm adding as well to, you know, beginners and people trying to set up their own online business as well, and just sharing their knowledge, you know, as much as possible so everybody else can do the same thing. And this, of course, ultimately as well will give me the opportunities later to find other passions, which I'm hoping to do a little bit later on as well. Of course, I'm going to focus on some core competencies first, and then of course then start branching out and doing some other things that I'm really passionate about as well, which I really can't wait to do. And I really hope for everybody else as well, this is something that everybody else will be able to do and go on to find, you know, their dreams, their passions, and, you know, discovering their own work-life balance. Finally off the trail now and completed the walk. As you can see, I'm absolutely exhausted, and it's a good job as well I just finished in time, because look, it's just started to rain. Look, I hope you enjoyed the video and understand a little bit about my pain points in terms of what was wrong with my life, and also in addition to why I wanted to start my own online business. And look, you know, if any of these do relate to you and you feel that you're in the same position as I was, and also are interested in finding out a bit more about starting your online business and online marketing, feel free to reach out to me. Check out the link to my website to find out a little bit more, and also to contact me if necessary as well, so we can chat and see where I can help. Okay, anyway, hope all is well, and look forward to chatting to you in the next video. Thanks again.